Yo, what is up? Your boy is back, and I'm dropping what I feel as though is the real God of Thunder build. In my opinion, this build is nothing but shocking. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Alright, shit ton of stun, shit ton of crit damage, shit ton of crit chance, and a lot of electricity. People, check this build out. I greatly appreciate y'all coming to check your boy out. The build is at 215, so if you want to skip ahead, feel free to do so. Remember to hit that like and twist up that subscribe for your boy. It's not a mandatory, but I would greatly appreciate it. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace. Yo, what is good? We are now in the build portion of what I believe is the true Thor Thunder God build, man. This build is disgusting. I hope you guys enjoyed the clip, because I know I enjoyed making it for you guys. But other than that, man, we about to dive into how your boy worked his magic on this build. Alright, first, we're hitting the Van Bracers, so the heavy protection. We got 56 on intensity, 52 on resolve. Alright, the gear perks are on here. There's heavyweight protection, which is 37.4% chance heavy combo finishers grant a short burst, a short defensive buff, which is awesome. I mean, my defense is legit for this build, but who doesn't want a chance for more defense? Alright, now the next one is electric inscription. Alright, heavy power attacks now deal a burst of additional shock damage. I'm always throwing heavy attacks with this build because it actually brings the electric out. Alright, his light attacks are legit to build up the intrinsic meter and all that other stuff, but the heavy attacks is where it's at in this build, people. Alright, and I'll definitely show y'all how. But the next perk on this is aerial boom, which gives me a 5% increased critical hit chance for mid air melee attacks. Alright, now we're gonna go down here to the adapt buff grip, which is clearly a legendary. We're sitting there at 132 power, 40 resilience, 34 valor, and 35 resolve. The gear perks on this boy is adept buff, 33.9% chance hitting an enemy with a ranged critical attack grants a damage buff. Okay, now this build isn't bet for range and things like that, but it can definitely put out critical attacks on the range, I'm gonna tell you. But now the next one is an electric wraps. Ranged power attacks deal bonus shock damage on top of any innate shock damage. Okay, this is why I'm saying this is the real Thunder God build. It's nothing but electric here, people. Like, it's damaging, it's nerve-wracking what this build can do. Now the next one is Mighty Boom. We sitting at 10% increased critical hit chance for power attacks. Alright, so this is why I throw power attacks down. That increased critical hit chance is nasty, okay? And I got some good crit hit damage on here. Now we going down here to the next gear piece, which is the Nimble Pulse Breastplate. we're sitting at 54 might, 52 valor. All right, now nimble pulse in itself is a 39% chance that perfect evading triggers a stun explosion. Why not stun the enemies while dodging the enemies? You hear me? It's a 2-1 punch right there. All right, next one is vital inspiration. It's a 21.2% chance reviving a teammate grants a burst of willpower. Hopefully your teammates don't go down enough to activate this, because if your teammates go down that much, you might need to rethink your team. But other than that, this is still a good thing to help out your team just in case things happen, and it helps you out as well. Now, courageous guard is the next one. Damage taken is reduced to 85.8% of normal when critically injured or below 25% of willpower. If you play this right, you won't, like, you could be critically injured, but the odds of you being below 25% willpower, you know, that often is not, simply because this build is not meant for you to just stand there and take damage. Like, it's built to have, you know, enough damage resistance and things like that, but you still don't want to stand in there and just constantly take damage when you're dealing with a melee build. This is not a ranged build, it's melee. All right, going down here to the next one, we got the mighty blessing. All right, so we got might on a 40, we got intensity on a 33, and valor on a 44. Now we got mighty blessing, which is a 10.5% increased critical hit chance for power attacks. We already got how much up here? 10%. Now we going down here, we got an additional 10.5. all right, that is 20.5% extra crit hit chance for this build when it comes to power attacks. Okay, and like I said, I use power attacks a lot in this build because it brings down the thunder. All right, now we got the critical spark on here, which is a 20.6% chance that takedowns grant a heroic or heroic charge burst for all heroics, which is awesome because this build like stuns rapidly, and takedowns, you're going to be performing takedowns left and right. All right, now we got this rampage spark. Defeat 3 enemies in rapid succession to grant a heroic charge burst. All right, heroic charge burst, I'm pretty sure that goes for all the heroics as well, but quick succession with this build is where it's at. It's where it's at. I'm telling you, the rapid stun rate on this, you will be putting people down quickly. All right, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Now we're gonna go over here to the tactical. We all know what the tactical do. It just makes your elements that much more effective. Okay, that much more effective. Simple as that. If y'all got the tactical, y'all can read up on it. If you don't know, take the time to read up on it. But this is a self-explanatory exotic piece right here, and a lot of people run it. No lie, a shit ton of people run this. And now we're going to go down here to the minor artifacts. I got the black ISO 8. I'm running double resilience on here, 53 and 40. Resilience adds to your armor rating. Okay, a lot of people like to run resolve, but resilience, I feel as though, definitely is more of a helper when it comes to face taking things, you know, because it builds up your armor. And now we got the gear perks, which is a heroic assistance, increased charge rate of heroic support ability by 4, which is awesome because I always want to activate Thor's heroic ability. It gives everybody a buff in damage. It gives everybody a crit damage buff, a crit chance buff. You know, that's if you pick the right, you know, part, the right selection to go with the support ability. But, you know, it is what it is. Not everybody picks the same stuff, but I picked this because it's nasty, I'm telling you. And I'm gonna show y'all when it comes to the skills though. But we gonna go on. We got the blue ISO. All right, we got triple precision. Now I got the precision on here because, like I said, this is not a full-on range build, But when I want to throw my hammer, I don't want my hammer to be no kitten tap. I want my hammer to slap stuff. Like, if I choose to throw it, I want to cause damage. Period. Alright, so now we that. Oh, see that? See that? Heroic assistance on here. We got heroic assistance on here. Alright, so that's 8% extra charge for the support ability. Okay, these two combined gives me 8% extra charge. Now we're gonna go over here to the skills for you guys. First page is the primary. Everything should be unlocked, so I ain't really gonna go over that. Now here, the specialty, my support heroic ability. All right, now I'm doing Ymir's Wrath. Also, just in case you don't know, this support ability is actually called Warrior's Fury, but the branch off is Ymir's Wrath. Okay, so it's nearby teammates receive a temporary damage boost of 25% when Warrior's Fury is active. All right, so that's overall damage boost, whether it be there's support ability. Support abilities can cause damage, the ultimates, or the assault. That's overall damage to the melee, to their ranged attacks. Even gives you 25% extra damage to your critical hit damage. Okay, so that's an overall shebang-a-bang right there. All right, now most people choose this for the secondary option, the Asgard's Fortune, but since I make too many orbs as it is, there's no point in me making this as a selection, because I make too many heroic orbs based off of how much stuns I do and how much finishes I do. Okay, no, I'm gonna run, well, I'm gonna call it Hell's Anger. There's no extra L in there, but I'm gonna call it Hell's Anger. Okay, so this increases critical attack damage by 25%. All right, so here and here off top you get 50% extra damage when it comes to critical hits. Okay, plus we get 10% extra damage, extra crit hit chance on this when this is active. So my crit hit chance for the build in general is out of this world. I'm hitting, let me see, we got that, we got that, we got this. I'm hitting almost 40% critical hit chance off the rip. All right, check this. And I'm gonna show y'all this because y'all might be confused about how the hell I just got almost 40% or whatever, but I'm gonna show y'all. All right, so this, the assault heroic ability. I'm gonna run the Thunderstorm, which holds up to 3 charges of a God Blast. The God Blast ability. The ability charges faster than normal, but enemies are not lifted into the air when the God Blast is activated. This is awesome because this stuns. Okay, I could stun a group of enemies just with this move. I'm telling you. And it's like I said, this is the real, what I feel as though is the real God of Thunder build. All right, Thor is meant for shit like this. Next ability is overexposure. All right, the God Blast inflicts 15% increased normal stun damage and shock damage against other enemies. Like I said before, stun damage, stun in general is what I want this build to do, but what you need to understand is this shock. The shock ability brings so much more to this build, man. Man, I'm gonna show y'all my stat sheet when I'm done with this. All right, check this. All right, so now we're gonna go here to the ultimate, the Bifrost. The reason I picked this Bifrost is because it reminds me of the movie. All right, every time he lands in the movie through the Bifrost, and you look at the ground is burned. Okay, the ground is burned and it's fire. Period. So I picked this because not only does it remind me of the movie, but while enemies are on fire, they won't attack. Like, they're stunned and it interrupts their attacks. As you can see, like, it just Oh, it's good. It's good. I'm telling you, just run it. Just run it like this. All right. Now we got Odin's Blessing of the Realm. All right. Automatically activate Odin Force when returning back from the Bifrost. Automatically activate my Odin Force. Overcharged Odin Force at that. So I'm putting hella damage out just from coming back from the Bifrost. All right. Now we go into the Mastery. Here in the melee section, I'm doing stun damage by 15%. Secondary, we got increased damage from a combo finisher by 25%. The third one, performing a takedown spawns a heroic orb. This is why I didn't pick the heroic orb from the last one, because there's no point in me picking it when I do too many takedowns that I'm always getting heroic orbs in the first place. All right, now we go into the ranged area. I'm doing the impact explosion, because when you do this, it throws a hammer down, creates electric pulses, okay? But if you tap your R2, which activates your intrinsic, when you throw this hammer in the middle of people, man, the lightning show is spectacular. And it's not just a show, it causes extra damage on top of that. It's crazy. All right, so the third one, we got the guard breaker. Anybody that hates them shielded enemies will run this, period. Slap these dudes, get them out your face, continue your battle elsewhere. All right, the third one, overcharged flight. That's my main means of travel. So if I'm flying and I come across a group of enemies, you better believe they getting slapped with the electric as soon as I fall down on them. Simple as that. Intrinsic abilities, we got the Ionic Bolt. All right, defeating enemies while Odin Force is active strikes nearby targets with lightning. Simple as that. All right, simple as that. And trust me, I'm going to be defeating enemies while the Odin Force is active. So, secondary, we got the takedown charge. All right, intrinsic specialization. A takedown grants 30 points to the intrinsic Odin Force energy. Constant takedowns, constant Odin Force. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, third option is honed force, which reduces the overall energy cost of using the intrinsic Odin Force ability by 10%. It don't sound like a lot, but that 10% of extra damage that you can do while in the Odin Force will turn out to be a lot, especially with how this build is made. Okay, now the intrinsic overcharge. First one is the lightning field. When overcharged, surrounding enemies will be intermittently struck by lightning, which means everything's getting hit, period. It may seem like, oh, well, they get hit here and they get hit there. They are getting hit. Between them trying to sneak up on you and hit you while you doing damage and they getting struck, like it's a frenzy of electric everywhere, I'm telling you. All right, next one, we got the secondary selection here. So it's charge resistance, which is increased damage resistance by 50% when Odin Force is overcharged. All right, I'm in overcharged state more than not. All right, so I'm definitely taking way less damage than any of my counterparts will when this is played absolutely the way it's supposed to be played. With my play style, I can't say it's supposed to be played like that. With my play style, I'm in Odin Force overcharge a lot. Okay, now the third one, the damage force, increases all damage by 15% when Odin Force is overcharged. Boom, there it is. Now we're gonna go here to the stat sheet, because I'm gonna show y'all how I ended up with so much crit hit chance without specking into proficiency. All right, so right here I got might. All right, I got 104 in might, 96 in my precision, 140 in valor, 87 in resolve, 133 in armor. Okay, I don't mind having 13k in willpower because my armor backs it up. The more armor you have, the less damage you take. Okay, you can have a crap ton of resolve and somebody hits you, and it still takes out huge chunks. But the more armor you have, it cuts the percentages out of how much damage you take from them freaking enemies. Okay, this is why I rely on resilience more than I do resolve. Now we got intensity. Look at that stun. This is not including nothing else that's involving stun in my build at all, but look at that stun. 55.6. okay, now that's, like I said, you add the perks on my gear mixed with this stun, and everything's getting whacked, bro. Like, stunned everywhere. All right, now as y'all can see with the critical hit chance, I'm sitting at 9%, right? All right, so we gonna go here, go back to the gear. So you got that 9%, then you go here. All right, no, actually, let's jump down to here first, because this is guaranteed, period. All right, so you got that 9%, then you got this increased, right? This increased percentage right here, that's 19. All right, then you got this increase right here, right? That's 29.5 right there off the bat. Now if you're going to go in the air, okay, that is 34.5 critical hit chance. Okay, 34.5. That's if you choose to go in the air. Now if you add the skills, where we at? Okay, like I said, add that additional right there, right? That additional 10% right there. I'm pushing 40% critical hit chance. But y'all see that extra crit hit damage? 25 crit hit damage. 25 crit hit damage. That's 50, right? It should show you on here. That's 221 right there. So I'm hitting for 271% critical hit damage. Boom. Enough said right there. Alright. Stun guard, electric guard, critical hit capable. It's just nasty overall. But other than that, man, I know I dragged this on, but I love this boy Thor. He's a fucking monster. I appreciate you guys coming through, man. I'm still in the lab. I'm doing more work. I'm trying to grind out motherfucking Captain America for you guys. But other than that, man, this is the build. This is the real God of Thunder build right here. I hope you guys like the video. Make sure you hit that like. Feel free to subscribe. And stay tuned to the short clip afterwards. It's your boy Twisted, man. I'm out of here. Peace.